Hello, everyone. I think this is probably one of the most important interviews we've ever done, but I want to just jump in before we start because I've got some important things I need to say. First, holy crap, we hit 300 subscribers. I think I'm going to lose it. I was not expecting that. Let's try and hit 500 by the end of the month. Yes, I'm coping. Second, thank you to JD for coming on to the series. Holy crap, you were so nice. Thank you. I know you're going to watch this because you were talking about how much you were really excited. Thank you. You're great. I do have one last announcement, though, that I need to make. This is very important because this is going to go to as many eyes as I need to see, and I need everyone's attention. The YouTube channel Narrow Raven is going to be doing a charity stream March 21st to March 24th. Please, please, please go and watch it. It's for the American Cancer Society. It's got a very good meaning. There's going to be a lot of creators, and there's going to be a lot of donation goals. And I have just been given special permission. I've just asked now while recording this that I am allowed to announce that JD Bryant is going to be showing Blood and Gears stuff on the stream. I don't know what's going to be shown. I haven't seen it, but there will be stuff there. So go and watch it and go and donate. It'll help out. Okay, I've took up enough of everyone's time. Enjoy the interview. There's some juicy stuff in here. See y'all later. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of FNAF Creator Origins. I hope your day's been well, and we have got a very special guest on today. It is the director and I would say head manager of FNAF Blood and Gears.
Yeah.
It's JD. How you
Hello,
doing?
hello.
Welcome
Very
on.
good. How are you?
I am great. It's honestly really good to have you on. I think I told you this before we started, but I've been keeping up with Blood and Gears for a
Mhm.
long time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I suppose we get started straight away. Do you want to intro yourself? Give yourself a little introduction for anybody who might not know you or anybody who does, I guess.
Sure. I'm JD Bryant, or JD. Um, Most people probably know me because of my FNAF fan game, Blood and Gears. Not only direct the game, but I do like a lot of the 2D and 3D art and writing, obviously. More recently, I've been getting into like the modeling and texturing side of things as well, which is fun. Outside of Blood and Gears, I've also been doing like 3D art in the FNAF community since like 2020. So if other people know me besides that, it's probably from that.
I have to say, everything I've seen for the game so far, all the redesigns, just everything
Mm,
looks phenomenal. I'm really excited. I am really,
yeah,
really
thank you.
excited. Um,
Me too.
I suppose we get straight into it. I've been really excited for this interview since you agreed to come on. Um, so let's get started. What was your first introduction to FNAF? Like what introduced you to the entire series in the first place?
hmm Yeah, most people answer like Markiplier or Corey or Game Theory, but for me, I don't know if you know there's a Gmod channel back in the day called Venturian Tale.
Oh my god, I remember them. I used to watch
Yeah.
they did like a Doctor Who one. That's what got me into Gmod.
Oh yeah. 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 I think like I remember I think it was between the first two games. So I'm a pretty early fan. I remember seeing a video that was them talking about like what they think the FNAF 2 game would be. So
Oh, honestly, God, you just hit me with like nostalgia, bro. We're not even like
yeah,
5 minutes in. Um,
yeah, I was obsessed with them.
I used to watch a lot of their videos. They did loads.
hmm
I do wonder what happened to them because I didn't keep up after a couple of years.
There
I
was
think.
some like big drama, like they were like in a very strict Christian family. I don't know. It was a
Oof.
mess. It was kind of sad, but
I mean, I
I liked
suppose
them back in the day.
when one great channel falls, another rises. I'm sure there's another
Yeah,
one out there now.
yeah.
Still, my introduction with FNAF, there's a couple of people who know it. Um,
hmm
I choose not to disclose it publicly often because it's actually quite, I would say, it's upsetting, I would say
hmm
personally, because everybody will say like Markiplier or anything, but it's mine was not. Mine was actually possibly the dumbest physical way you could find out about a series you enjoy.
Uh-oh.
I might tell you off camera, or you know what? If I have an image, then I'll just send it you. Don't say
hmm
don't say anything. But I
Okay.
might as well. I might as well tell you. I trust you with this information that like 3 or 4 people know. But
Okay.
let me see if I can find it here. Just bear with us a moment. I know I've got a screenshot already. I know I have because I told Raven the other week. on his interview.
Mm.
Where is the image? I know it's here. Where is it? I found it. Good lord.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it was not fun. You know what, though? At least I found Markiplier after that, so I you know
Yeah.
it balances itself out in my eyes.
Yeah.
Um,
I respect it.
yeah, it could have been worse, I guess. All
Yeah.
right. Next question. Who or what was your inspiration to create fan games or a development team, and why did you do it in the first place?
This may be like a too obvious of an answer, but it's really, I mean, say what you want about Scott Cawthon. I don't agree with every single thing he's done, but like he really inspires me as a creator, as a game developer. Um, he's from the same state I am, so he kind of made me realize, hey, I could do this too. Um, also probably like Undertale, you know.
Undertale's peak. Scott
Yeah.
inspires a lot of people. I've noticed that
Mhm.
answer's quite similar.
Yeah.
It, he really, I don't like those original games are just they're they're key.
Yeah, they're untouched.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some people who've tried,
Yeah.
but
I don't think, in my opinion, no game since like FNAF 1 has ever recreated the like the ambience and the feeling of dread that you get from that game. So
oh, absolutely. Oh, I completely
yeah.
agree. Okay. Um. Well, I assume this is going to have the same answer, but we might as well ask it. What gave you the idea to create FNAF Blood and Gears?
Well, it's really just kind of like I've wanted to be a game developer for a while, and like it's been on my bucket list to make a some kind of FNAF reimagining for a long time. So it's finally happened. So yeah.
And I still think it'll be the best one that comes out. I genuinely think
I
Blood
don't
and
know
Gears
about
is.
that.
Ah, no, I do. From the footage I've seen, some like the stuff that you and your dev team do, I genuinely think this has potential to be like juniors level. Maybe I'm
Thank you,
hyping it
man.
up too much just yet, but I genuinely think.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, it's definitely grabbed a lot of people's attention.
Yeah. We don't
Okay,
even have a game out yet, so
I mean the demo was really good. I had to
yeah.
I forgot to put questions in about it, and then I had to go back and watch footage, and I played
Mhm.
a bit of it myself. It was God,
Yeah.
you nailed it.
Uh, Thank you.
uh, okay, this one I think this might have been everyone's like first public like exposure to the game properly, but how was it to have one of
Mhm.
your teasers displayed on Doko's charity stream?
It was crazy, like, because 'cause I've been watching Daco forever. So, like, younger me, 2020 me, when I was first getting into the FNAF community and trying to, get into this stuff, it never would have believed, I would have been on a Daco charity stream. There's actually a funny story behind that.
Oh yeah,
It was really very last minute. Like, we didn't know we were gonna be on there until he showed us, really, pretty
yeah. I
much.
I actually think I remember this. I
Mm.
I remember seeing. I don't know who it was, but it might have been you or some people from your dev team celebrating on Twitter, and there was like a
Yeah.
recording of the call of you all shouting when it came on
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, I remember that. And,
uh,
like, I almost the crazy thing is I almost slept through it because my sleep schedule was messed up at the time, and I woke
mine.
up to, like, so many pings from so many people, like, yelling at me to wake up, so I almost missed it.
I mean, mine's still bad now, but I managed to. I'm getting there. I'm getting better.
Yeah,
But
it's a constant struggle.
the one struggle of just like everything. If you're a FNAF like enjoyer at all,
Yeah.
that's like the single struggle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Um, I think I know a few because I've seen it pop up on Discord sometimes. What franchises outside of FNAF inspired you to create games, or was it just FNAF?
I'd say the biggest 2 are probably Undertale and Little Nightmares.
Okay. I actually wasn't
Yeah.
expecting Little Nightmares, but Undertale. That one's
I love
interesting.
Little Nightmares. I think Little Nightmares 2 might be my favorite game ever. It's so good.
I need to. I haven't actually played the Little Nightmares series. That's something that I should. That's something
I
I
really
should put on my
recommend it.
Steam wish list.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I think I don't know whether if you've ever mentioned this game being cancelled before, but if you have, I couldn't find anything publicly about it. How
Mhm.
is progress going on developing Unmasked, or is that like on the side till Blood and Gears is done?
Yeah, it's not canceled, but it is kinda on the back burner for now.
Yeah.
I wish I could work on it, but that would be a lot of things to juggle at once, so it kinda can't really do it. But when I do get back to it, I plan on, like, kinda rebuilding it from the ground up because that was that was my first game, and there's a lot of things I would do differently now, so
Oh yeah, of
yeah.
course.
Yeah.
I was worried when I was writing these questions that there was some like cancellation, so I was checking like Twitter ads for you ever mentioning like I put unmasked and then like cancelled and anything like that, and
Yeah.
nothing was coming up. I was like, thank God. So I put that
Yeah, no,
question
I really wanna return to it at some point. I just don't know when that'll be, so
in.
it's on the back burner for now.
Okay. I mean, it looked promising. From I've seen some screenshots and a bit of footage. It looks promising.
Mhm. Thank you.
Okay. When did Blood and Gears begin development? I think I know the answer, but might as well ask for the people who don't.
Yeah, we started in, on November 14th, 2023. That was I think I've gone back and checked. That was definitely the day we made the Discord server. Um, it's crazy. It was such a small team back then, and, like, nobody thought it was gonna get as big as it is now. Um, it's been a crazy ride, but yeah, November 2023 was when we began.
Damn. It's just the whole thing with this community is so nice because the whole thing I've been trying to do while I'm in this community is bring people together. I struggle too
Mhm.
because a lot of people are abstained sometimes, but I have a little
Yeah.
I have a little community Discord server with some creators.
Mhm.
It's just a small little thing. There's not many people in there. There's like 50 or something, but all of them are
Mhm.
creators. It's just everyone's chills out. We hop in VC's game sometimes. It's just nice.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the goal is to bring as much as the community together. Help each other out while we can.
Mhm. Yeah, that's nice.
All right. Um, this one I actually think I nicked this one off Twitter. If I did, I'm sorry
Mhm.
because this is one of the only fan questions that I didn't give credit for. If I did steal this, um, what FNAF game inspired the style of Blood and Gears the most?
Mm. I would say when you hear this, you'll probably be confused because it's like the difference in animatronics is very very different, like opposite ends of the spectrum. But I would say like environment wise, at least, very inspired by Juniors.
Okay.
And then the animatronics, I wouldn't say were really inspired by any game in particular. More so, just like real life animatronics.
Okay. I mean, you did a very good job. I think this will give away the day that we're recording, but I don't really care because
Mhm.
hey ho, it gets posted when it
Yeah,
gets posted. But you revealed Withered Foxy earlier, and that model looked like amazing.
yeah, it's so good.
Oh, I honestly, every model that I've seen for Blood and Gears so far is just perfect, bro.
Thank you.
All right, this one was one that you said I could put in. I stole off the website. When will Blood and Gears
Hmm.
release?
Yeah, yeah. Um, we're aiming for sometime next year. I don't know because like I don't know people. I feel bad because like people are so excited for it and they're like, oh, when's it gonna release? When's it gonna release? And it's still quite a ways off. Like there's a lot of stuff in this game that y'all don't know about yet that's gonna take some time to do. But when it comes out, it'll be worth the wait. It'll be really good. Trust me.
Oh yeah. Listen, if you need like, I know the dreaded word, but if there is ever like a need for delays, I could completely
Mhm.
understand because the game, just the demo looked phenomenal. I think Unknown
Hmm.
actually told me to. I don't know if you know Unknown Specimen, but he told me to slip a
Hmm.
question. And it was something like, "How did you react to the?" It was something like, I'll see if I can get it in our DMs, or it might even be on the sheet. But he asked a question, and I can't find it now. But it was about the demo, and it was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, how was your reaction to the positive feedback of the demo?"
Hmm.
But you can answer that now, or we can wait till we get till we get to that question.
We can wait.
Okay. I think this one was on the website as well, but I might as well ask: what engine is Blood and Gears made in?
It's made in Godot or Godot or however you pronounce it.
Fair enough.
So many are made in like Click Team, and I'll say it. Click. Can I swear?
Oh yeah, no, there's no fuck.
Click Team is dog shit, man. I'm sorry. I'll say it.
Yeah, no,
It's not good.
I've heard quite the limitations Click Team can have.
Yeah.
No,
Pretty
by
much
the way,
not only is it bad, it's also $100, so there's so many better options.
there is that's just the. I don't understand why you're charging that much because what they could do. Actually, I guess I can kind of understand, but you know,
Yeah.
I've seen so many games successful in like Unity and stuff. Although I don't know how
Hmm.
much that would cost. I think you can get a free version of Unity if I'm correct.
Yeah, no, it's free up until like you make a certain amount of money from it, I think.
Yeah, something like that. But what's the
Yeah,
positives
Godot is
about?
completely free.
What's the positives about it
Um,
then, in relation to Click Team?
Click Team or Godot?
About both. What's the positives of Godot to Click Team? Like, what makes it better in your
As
opinion?
Yeah, well, as bad as Click Team is, it does have a special place in my heart because it was my first game engine. I unfortunately did fall victim to the $100 price tag. Um, but yeah, I got into Godot, I want to say in 2023, and it's really good. It's free, it's open source. You never have to pay anything. And it's pretty comparable to Unity, at least 2D. It could use some work on the 3D side of things. Um, but I would say it's definitely one of the best options for 2D.
Oh, easily. I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard positives about both, but I mean,
Hmm.
if
And
some of the oh yeah,
the 3D is getting better all the time. That's one of the really exciting things about it is like it's getting updated all the time. Like new things are being added. So
is that making development easier?
um, I don't know if it's made it easier for Blood and Gears because it's mostly 2D. Like
Yeah.
it's all pre-rendered. So
Yeah, yeah.
um, yeah.
Okay. Um, when I've asked this question to animators, I asked it to OVDI, I asked it to a couple of different people. Everyone had
Hmm.
different answers, and there's like their own personal opinions. I'm assuming this could vary. Like you could blow me out of the water, and it could be completely different from what I think. But what is your favorite FNAF game?
Official.
Yeah, like official. It could even be Freddy in Space 3 for like just as long as it's an official like game.
Hmm. Um, can I have can I have two?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so big surprise. It's probably the first game.
Okay.
It just has such a special place in my heart, and like I said earlier, there hasn't been another FNAF game like it since really. Um, and also the other one would be the first Help Wanted probably. Even though I've never even played it in VR, I've only played it in flat mode. But I kind of dipped out of the FNAF community for a while, and then Help Wanted is what got me back into it. So it also has a special place in my heart, and it's really cool seeing the original games in 3D like that. So yeah.
I can imagine. I remember I used to be on PlayStation a lot. I remember
Mm.
booting up Help Wanted for the first time on the PSVR, and I just like God knows how old I was. It was like what, 2017, 2018?
Mhm.
Oof. I could not. I could not do it.
Yeah.
um, but still, it was really good. Honestly, best
Mhm.
now that I've gone back and played it on PC VR, best experience VR personally, horror.
Mhm.
In a good long
Yeah,
while.
I'm thinking about getting a VR headset soon, so I might finally be able to play it.
Oh, I would recommend it. I have
Yeah.
I'll give you mine. I have the Vive Pro specs on it. It's really good.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Let's see here. I've lost where we are on the question sheet. Great job. Uh, uh, okay, here we go. What was the initial reaction to Blood and Gears getting recognized, and how have you adjusted to the popularity of the game?
Yeah, it's super surreal, honestly, like, because just a year or 2 ago, I guess year and a half ago, I was a fan of all the fan games, and now I don't know, it's just weird, cause like, I get recognized now too, which is very strange. Like,
I
I'll
can
I'll pop
imagine.
into a Discord chat or a Discord server, and it's like, "Oh, it's the guy from Blood and Gears." Like, "Yeah, that's me." I've even heard from, some of my friends that, like, other people are intimidated by me, which I don't know how to feel about, 'cause I don't think I'm that intimidating, but yeah.
I've
Is
had
it
that. I think Goopy mentioned. I don't know if you ever heard of Goopy. Goopy mentioned an
Mhm.
experience like that. Um, where people were scared of talking to him, or it was
Yeah,
it was like people were like approaching him like he was some big creator when he's just some dude.
yeah,
I don't know how he's adjusted to that. I can't imagine.
yeah. It's been very interesting.
Yeah, I mean everyone reacts a different way. I'm just I've gotten lucky, I guess. I've met that many people that it's just kind of like I kind of understand how they all react now. Everyone's a human being.
Yeah.
Whether you're
Mhm.
popular or not, you want to be treated like a human being. I'm no need to
Mm,
come in someone's DMs and be like, fanboy too
yeah,
much.
yeah.
You be civil. But
Mhm.
no, it's been great. I've met so many amazing creators in just the past couple of weeks. It's been crazy. I'm still getting my head around
Yeah,
it all. But it's I can imagine how it felt for you when your game just blew up out of nowhere.
yeah,
But no, yeah, it's really cool. That's really cool.
yeah.
Um, okay, if I've done my research correct, I believe your models are being used in Management Wanted, right?
Yeah, I've done a few models and also do pixel art for them.
Okay. So I do have a question here for that. How is it working with different studios like OVDR Studios?
It's been great. Like, that's been one of my favorite things so far about this is, like, the FNAF fan game space is such I don't know, everybody's so nice and, like, it's been super fun just collaborating with different people. Um, Management Wanted, guys over there are really cool. And I've even kind of been abducted into their team now, so
You've been
and
absorbed.
yeah. There's, we've got a few other collabs
Oh
lined
yeah.
up that people don't know about yet. There's even one, I think you know, assuming nothing goes awry, should be happening next month, I think, in
Ooh.
March. So,
I was gonna ask, but I know that if I pry, I don't want to have you give it away.
yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah, I don't
Forsaken
wanna
Studios, but I assume you can't answer whether that's true or not. So I'll leave that.
afraid not.
Afraid not. Okay, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Your characters fit well in Forsaken AR.
Well, afraid not, I can't say.
Even yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not. We'll see.
Maybe,
Um.
maybe not.
Okay. Why did you and your team decide to redesign the models of the characters?
Yeah. Well, there were certain gripes I had with the designs. Um, like, I don't know. We loved them then, but looking back on them, they're kind of ugly. Some of them were. And also our modeler, felt that they had improved a lot, and they kind of wanted to
Yeah.
have another shot at them. We just wanted to we feel they can be better. We don't want to go through this whole process and then look back and be like, oh, I wish the models were better. So
Yeah,
might as well
yeah.
make them as good as they can be.
I mean, I will say there was a question. I don't know whether I've put this in the sheet now, but I might as well ask it. Somebody asked, and I was kind of abstained to putting it in, but I don't remember exactly whether I did. Will there be an
Mhm.
option in the settings to use the old models? That's what somebody asked on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. There will not.
Okay. Well, at least that answers that question. Um,
Yeah.
all right. Uh, what was the decision behind having the post-night minigame be an arcade game? This was a question about the demo.
hmm Funny story. Um, so I don't know if you were following it at this time, but the demo was originally gonna come out in April, and then we had to delay it to summer. Um, and it was originally gonna be a troll game,
Oh,
a troll demo,
Scott classic
and it
right
was
there.
yeah, um, and it was gonna be uh, a FNAF themed Chrome dinosaur game. It was gonna have like the cool like FNAF menu, and then you'd boot up into dinosaur game, and then we didn't quite get everything finished in time, so we had to delay it. We're like, oh, I feel like people are gonna be mad if we hype this up for months and then have to delay it, and it ends up being a troll game. So we're like, okay, how can we make this into an actual thing? And so and then came the idea of the protagonist has to, it doesn't really make any sense because he doesn't in the thing he doesn't even fix it. He just plays it. But yeah, it all came from that.
That's correct. That is the first time because I thought you were like, oh, we didn't get it done, and then I remembered the
Mhm.
dinosaur game was the arcade. So it was all just a troll game that went wrong. That
Yeah,
was
pretty
okay.
much.
The entire reason. I can
Yeah.
imagine how angry people would have been if it released as just the troll game. I think it actually might have been better for you that it released the way it did.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, this kind of blows my other questions out of the way. Will all other post-night mini games be different arcade games?
No.
Okay,
The other ones will be like, different tasks around the pizzeria pretty much.
okay. Well, I'm glad I got that one out of the way. How did you feel about the positive? Yeah, okay. Unknown did ask this. How did you feel about the positive feedback about the demo?
Yeah, it was honestly looking back, I'm like, it's kind of surprising because it's a very small demo. Um, I guess that just shows. I don't want to say that sounds kind of
No, go ahead.
self-centered. I guess that just,
Listen, you,
but
you say what you want to say. We don't censor people here.
yeah, yeah. Well, I guess that just shows how much people really like what we have to offer. Um, yeah, because it's such a. It's funny. Some people, I see like videos online, and like people frame it a lot as if this is the full game, and they're like, "FNAF Blood and Gears is about playing this arcade game." It's like, no, that's just a very small part of the game. It says demo
Maybe we
in the
should
corner
clarify that
up
as a
there.
question.
Yeah. There's a lot more to it than just playing an arcade game, I promise.
Well, I'm glad we cleared that up. That would have,
Yeah.
you know, that's.
Oh,
Oh,
something else that's funny is like in a lot of thumbnails and YouTube titles, I see a lot of people like confused about the fact that the animatronics are coming after you after 6 a.m. But like in the franchise, that's never really been like a hard rule. Like in the movie, they killed the people breaking in during the day. So like,
exactly.
you know,
I mean, and then at the end of the day, it is also your game. You can bend the rules as much
yeah,
as you want.
yeah,
But no, I think it worked well in its favor because
hmm
people weren't. really expecting it. So they were just kind of
Right.
thrown in, and then they had to deal with everything. I've
Mhm.
actually heard some people, and I don't know whether you released a patch for it or not, because I don't remember too far back, but I remember there
Mhm.
were some people who find it really difficult to do. Like, I
Mhm.
don't know why, but there were some people who were really struggling. And I remember
Mhm.
one YouTube video just Googling the ending. He
No,
played it for like 10 minutes and then Googled the ending. But
I don't think I saw that one, but that's funny.
I'll have to try and find the video again. But it was, no, there were some people who found it difficult. Uh,
Mhm.
all right, I suppose we should get onto this one. This one was quite interesting. At the end of the demo, the puppet was teased. Will this model be shown off in a teaser or before the game's release, or is people going to have to wait until the game comes out?
That's something we haven't totally decided on. Um, you'll definitely get a better look at it in the next demo. Um, unsure if we're gonna do like a full reveal after that. I would like to, but I know some other people on the team want to keep it a secret, so I don't know. We'll see.
Am I to pry too much about this next demo?
Uh, you can ask, yeah.
Is there a planned release date? If I'm allowed to ask that.
Not a release date, but a kind of a period,
Release
yeah.
area
Hmm.
I'm assuming I'm not allowed to find out, but I'm worth asking. Am I allowed to find out when said release area will be
Well, we would like for it to release in the summer again, like it did last time.
of this year?
Um, yeah,
Okay.
but you never know how it's gonna go. Could be later in the fall, but hopefully it'll be the summer. I just don't want to make any promises this early.
Yeah, no, of course, of course. And don't worry, I'm not one of those people where it's like put it in the title and thumbnail, big bold text that you've revealed something. No, this is just a chill
Yeah.
thing. Again, it's more like a podcast.
Hmm.
But um, interesting. I dived. Well, there you go. You might be getting the
Yeah.
demo in summer, maybe. We'll see.
Hopefully.
um, this one was definitely a question I stole off Twitter. How hard does Blood and Gears lean into its horror aspects?
Mm. I would say like the regular like classic FNAF night to night gameplay isn't too much scarier than like, any of the official FNAF games. But like the post nights we'll definitely lean into that more, into the horror. Um and there's a specific part of the game that I cannot say what it is, that I think will be a lot scarier. So
I'm looking
yeah.
forward to it even more. You're just making me more hyped to play your game.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Doing a good job then.
This one was one that I took off the website, but I did feel was important because there was a lot of people
Mhm.
asking it. Do you need to own FNAF 1 to play it? And if not, will it cost anything?
No, you don't need to own FNAF 1, and it will be free.
Okay, good. That was a quick and easy one. Um,
There you go.
this one was one I stole off Twitter. How will
Mhm.
the curtain mechanic work in the office?
Mm. I don't know if I want to give.
If there's if
I'll,
there
I'll
if
I'll
it's something you can't say, feel free to let me know.
I'll I will lead the horse to the water. Okay. I will say that that door used to have a security door like the one on the other side, but it is broken, and um the animatronics have no object permanence. So do with that what you will.
The theories are already starting.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. Oh boy. I think this was one. This might have been one I took off Twitter. I'm not actually sure.
Mm.
Maybe I mixed this one with one that I took. I promise, by the way, I will start getting into crediting answers. There's an entire section at the bottom. I'm not just stealing everything. Um, how long did it take you and your team to create the different models of the character and props around the map? So just
Um,
how much time did it take to create all the models, pretty much for everything?
long time. Asset creation is definitely the longest. Takes the longest, especially the environments. Um, they're still, well, I'd say like the main pizzeria interior is like 95% done at this point.
It's a good
Um,
sign.
but there's also some other things that will take longer that I can't say yet. Um, yeah, it's definitely the longest, and we've had a lot of trouble finding environment artists and stuff. So that's partly what that's. I'd say that's a big chunk of what's taken the game so long.
I mean, still from some of the environments you have shown in like teasers and stuff, the game looks incredible. And I've probably said it a
Yeah.
million times, and I will continue to say it. I genuinely
Thank
like.
you.
I didn't know the release date was next year. So when the list came
Hmm.
out at the beginning of the year, it was like most anticipated fan game of the year. I thought the game was coming out this year. That's how out of touch I
Oh
was.
yeah,
I saw that list. I was like, "Where is Blood and Gears?"
yeah,
And then I was, "Oh, next year." But I reckon
yeah.
when they run that poll again, you might be first place. I reckon your game will
Maybe
top it.
we'll see.
But I think it will. Although
Yeah,
I suppose I'm
the
not the one looking at the numbers.
yeah yeah the character models didn't take too long. I will say both times we've modeled Foxy, he's been a pain in the ass to get done. Um, which is why his reveal always comes later than the others. Um, last time
Sounds
he
like
took like
Foxy.
4 months,
Oh,
and this time I think he took at least about 3 months. So
I mean,
it
hey, this
just so
gets quicker.
happened that like
Maybe it'll take
yeah, yeah.
2 months if you decide
Hopefully
if you decide to
we don't
redesign
have
him
to make
again.
him again. Um, yeah, like every time that we've made him, something would come up that would delay it. So he's kind of cursed. But we finally got him done, and he looks really good. So it was worth the wait, in my opinion.
Oh, he does. I might throw an image on screen from the Twitter account of the withered one and
Hmm.
version 3.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I think Foxy is one of the best models you've done outside of
Oh,
Freddy.
I agree.
Freddy's is iconic.
Yeah.
Um, okay, I did have an example for this, but I've lost it. So I'm gonna
Mm,
quickly nab it off of the other one because we have another sheet
hmm.
of questions. Uh, how did you come up with the ideas for your original characters? And then I put example Mushroom Melvin.
Ah. Um, they've mostly been like kind of well, Melvin was more of a team effort. Like so what happened was we posted an updated image of like our main show stage and stuff. And someone was like the stage feels like unbalanced. Like there was an empty space on the side. So we're like, should we come up with another animatronic to put there? Like the rainbow? And we started coming up with ideas, and someone mentioned a mushroom, and I was like, that's perfect. So we went with that, and then one person came up with a concept, and then let's see, another person. So uh, on our team, Shadow user is like they kind of carry. They're one of the people who carries this game with like concept art and environments and stuff. Um, and Shadow came up with one, and then we have someone in our team called Vanny. They came up with one, and then I came up with one, and then Shadow took like all of them, and you know took the best things from each one, and then we got what Melvin is. And then Rainbow. Well, I guess Rainbow isn't exactly an original character because it's kind of from FNAF world, but I think Rainbow was just I don't know. It's been a while, but I think Rainbow was just like an original thing from Shadow. I think so.
Seems that Shadow
Yeah.
creates most of the character concepts and like ideas.
Yeah. Well, they've done. I've done the concepts for the main animatronics, main four, and some other ones, and then they do some of the other characters. So it's kind of split between us as far as like characters and animatronics go. But their art is so good. It's crazy.
I think
I
I've seen
might I
some
might send some
concepts of Melvin.
examples.
Feel free.
Yeah.
If you send some examples, I will happily throw them on screen because I think I've seen some of Melvin on the Twitter account. I think you might have
Hmm.
posted some, but
Yeah.
all of the characters, like 3D models as well, look incredible.
Hmm.
I know you get asked this question a lot, so we might as well bang it off here real quick. When will the models be released?
Never.
Okay, that was quick.
Now, I will say I am considering releasing the old models. Um, maybe either after this demo or after the main game comes out. But I don't think the new models will be released. Not anytime soon, at least.
Yeah, maybe like 5 years after the game comes out.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay, I didn't steal this question. This one was written by me, I promise. Um, what character do you think has the best design in Blood and Gears? And then I put why, which is optional. You don't have to
Mhm.
answer why, but which character do you think has the best design?
There's a few. I'd say of the main four, definitely Foxy now.
Oh yeah.
Um, and then I really like Melvin because he's like pretty much our only like completely original character. He has a really fun design. Um, and our puppet design is also really cool, which y'all haven't seen yet, but you will someday. Um, and then there's also another really cool design for a character that I can't even talk about yet. So, yeah,
Secret character.
yes,
Maybe I could put that in the title.
yeah,
Nah. Well, I mean, you do hype it up quite a bit, and just this is gonna
yeah.
make more people more excited. But
I'm glad. It
keep
should
an
be.
eye out. Maybe uh, as I might as well ask this question. It's unrelated. Will said secret character maybe appear at all, like in any shape or form, in the second demo, or is there no plans for that yet?
Mm, not really,
Okay,
but kind of. Mm,
so a maybe.
I don't know. You'll have to know the context of like the full game, but not directly. No,
So the devs will understand. Okay.
the devs will understand. Yeah,
And keep your eyes out, folks. Maybe you'll figure it out somehow.
yeah.
um, how much of the lore? Oh, I did not read that right at all. How much does the lore
Mm.
diverge from the original FNAF?
So a lot of the like key important events, the canon events, you might say, are uh, are still present, like Fredbear's and you know Charlie and Dead Kids and stuff. But we've changed like a lot of the context and the details, and I don't know. We just thought like, what could we do that's not just copying FNAF one and like still make it an interesting and yeah, an interesting story. I will say a lot of people have asked. I don't remember if this is in the questions. I don't think it is.
Feel free to
Um,
answer any. You can, again, if you have a
yeah,
question you want to answer on your own, feel free to.
a lot of people ask who our protagonist is, and I don't want to say who, but I will say it's not Mike Schmidt or Michael Afton. It's a other character.
Interesting. Is it an original character or someone we've seen before? Maybe I probably shouldn't be prying, but I'm going to anyway. It's my job.
Mm, I'm gonna decline to answer.
Fair enough. So, this has probably been one of the more fun interviews I've done because your game's
I'm
not out
glad.
yet. So I have to
Yeah,
be careful with what I ask.
yeah.
Okay. Um, I think I nicked this off the website, but I'm not sure. What is the setting of Blood and Gears?
It takes place in October of 2003 in Colorado Springs.
Is there any
We're
more we
figuring
can?
out like
Oh yeah.
the process of like narrowing down the location was interesting because like her I remember seeing that Scott got Hurricane Utah from like one of those fake we found Freddy's in real life videos. Um, because like there was one of those videos, and then it was Hurricane Utah, and then he made that canon for some reason.
It's Scott.
But
Nothing has to make sense.
yeah, if you look into Hurricane Utah, it makes zero sense as a location. Like it has. Let me see what the population is. It's very small.
Home of Freddy's. It's a small town restaurant.
Oh, okay. I guess it's not that small. It's 23,000. But like I don't know, it makes no sense as a location for Freddy's, especially when you see in the mini games that it's like it's these like dense forests and rain, and then you look at it and it's like in a desert. So make that make sense. So we thought about like California or maybe doing the movie. But and then we got to I remember Strictly, I think, who voices Freddy, mentioned Aurora, Colorado, just because the name sounded really cool. And then I don't know, we just decided that like it was too big of a city for Freddy's, so then we landed on Colorado Springs, which I've actually been to before. It's very pretty.
I've been
So
to America
a little bit
once.
of bias. Oh,
Uh,
where'd you go?
Dallas and
Hey,
Miami.
nice.
Dallas was
Dallas
quite
is like
nice.
3 hours away from me.
That's crazy. Dallas was really nice. Miami was nice too.
Yeah. I fear for
Um,
the day I have to drive in Dallas, though.
I mean, we got taxis everywhere. The roads were busy though. They
Yeah.
were packed. Um, okay, we'll move on to the next question. You've pretty much answered it kind of already, but I feel like there's going to be some more that you're hiding. So we'll see if we can dig anything out. Are there any more projects outside of Blood and Gears that you are currently involved in? And these can be public or
Mm,
private.
I'm trying to think. I mean, there's like a couple small games that I've done some art for. But the main one is Management One, and there's not really another one right now that I'm
Hmm,
super involved in. I'm afraid I don't have any secrets to tell you.
okay. Damn it, no secrets to dig.
Yeah.
um, oh god, we've just gotten to the fan question area, and I'm just looking at the list. Okay. Um, is Franny canon?
Yes.
That was a quick
Now it's
answer.
not canon and like they're not. It's the '80s. They're not like it's one of those they were roommates kind of things canonically. But yeah, it'd be very much hinted that they are romantically involved.
All right. We'll move on to the most important question before we get to the fan stuff. We ask this to
Mm.
everybody who comes on. This has been a thing since episode 1. Every single person. What is your favorite color and why?
Mm. That's hard. 'Cause I like so many colors. To be appropriate to this interview, I will say bag red, which has not been copyrighted, but that's what I call it. Um, it's I don't know. I've always liked that shade of red. It's like I'll even put the hex code in the chat.
I've got the
I've
hex
got it
code for.
memorized at this point.
I don't have the hex code memorized, but I do have it saved on a notepad.
Yeah.
The Loaf hex code, like the color, is
Mm.
that.
Nah. Yeah. I've always loved that shade of red, so I used it for the logo. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, there you go, folks. A new copyrighted
You know, I
color
think
came out.
yeah. I think orange is a very overhated color.
I mean, You know what's really funny? I'm not even the biggest fan of orange. I'm more of a purple and yellow guy, to be honest. It's just
Mm.
orange fits with the branding really, really well, and
Yeah.
it looks really good in the logo. So,
Mhm. There you go.
but I've come to like the logo quite a lot. That got
Yeah.
made. I think it's suitable for what the channel is.
Yeah.
All right. We need to do a smooth transition, but I'm not even gonna bother. The fan questions. There's like a page and a half.
Mhm. Yeah, there were a lot.
I'm assuming this is someone on your dev team. Etty
Yeah.
asked, "When will I be free?"
Never. He's one of our programmers. He's actually working on prototyping for the demo right now. It's looking really
Oh,
good.
well, hello, Etty. Whenever you're free, I
Yeah.
hope you see this.
Yeah. He'll never see the light of day.
You know what's really funny? OVDR did the exact same joke when I said, like,
Yeah.
what does your team do? He goes, they never get paid. They never see the sunlight.
Yeah.
um, all right. BitBit21 asks, will we ever get a demo of The Office? I'm
Yeah.
assuming maybe.
Yeah, the night shift demo. Next one that's coming out will be Office gameplay.
Well, there we go. That answered your question, BitBit. That was
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be happy with that. Okay. Oh my god, I formatted it all wrong. And the
Mhm.
real box has the real box head. I am so sorry I butchered your name twice. The real box head asked, "Are the post nights optional?"
Yeah, they will be. They'll be like, though I do recommend playing them because there will be some different endings depending on what you do or don't do. So
Okay, well, someone that's actually a question for another time. So I will dig in more into that. You've intrigued
uh,
me now. Um, oh my god, I'm going to butcher your name as well. I'm so sorry. Uh, Idovic asked, "Will there be any changes to the actual gameplay loop in comparison to FNAF 1?"
yeah, I'd say it's like a mix of FNAF 1 and then kind of our own stuff spliced in. Um, it's kind of what that curtain that curtain is kind of our own thing. And
Interesting.
there's we've got some cool ideas, yeah. And obviously the post nights are all original as well.
I'm excited to see. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Beiji asked, "How the hell do you make a fan game? Please, it hurts so much."
I don't know, man. I'm trying my best. The way I
um,
see it is like, because I never thought I'd be making a FNAF fan game. If I can, then pretty much anyone can. It's just about like, I guess I was lucky enough to have like, a lot of friends around me who wanted to help, but just being able to find passionate people who are passionate with what the game you're working on is. Yeah, it's been great.
Epic. Okay. Um, Biff Jerky asked, all in caps, but I don't have the throat to shout it. Will there be multiple endings and will there be mini games?
Yes, on multiple endings. And if you mean mini games like the Atari mini games from FNAF 2, probably not. But I kind of think of the post nights as mini games, so in that sense, kind of. Um, will definitely be multiple endings, like based on what you find and what you don't find. So,
I'm assuming there is a number set of endings, though. Like, have you decided on how many there is already, or?
yeah, I can actually let me pull up
Are we allowed
our.
to ask? I'm assuming there's some. You've got titles for each ending. I'm assuming
Hmm.
I'm not allowed to know the titles because it might spoil some stuff, but I'm going to ask nonetheless. Is there any titles of any endings you can give us?
Hmm. Okay, I can give a couple maybe.
Feel
Um.
free. Again, if you want me to cut this out after, feel free to ask. If it's still in the video,
Mm,
then you know he didn't want me to cut anything out.
yeah. Okay, so these are kind of, I don't know if these will end up like being the actual ending names, but our working title is Don't Give a Damn Ending, which is if they don't do any of the extra stuff and they just, play through the game as usual. Um there's one that's called Just Here for the Money, which I'm not gonna say how you get that ending because
Okay.
that spoils something.
All right.
Um I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I want to say this one because it could
Debate
it could could
if it
build some hype.
can it now. Well, I mean, feel free again, because what I notice is, especially with big game devs, these interviews do really well. If you want to put something
Hmm.
in, someone's going to find it. I would, if you
Hmm.
want to, of course, feel free.
All right, my team might be mad at me for this, but
If they get mad
well,
at you, tell me to cut it out later, because I'm going to be editing this for
okay,
a couple of days anyway. So let me know.
yeah. One of them is called "Face Your Fears,"
Interesting.
and that's like the big true ending.
Okay, I'm assuming that one we're not getting any details on.
Nope.
Okay. You've been trained. Okay. Um, all right, we'll move on to the next question for now, but I might try and pry for some more stuff with endings later. We'll see. Um,
All right.
Next, you asked, will the game have blood and gears?
Naturally, of course. It's funny though, cause like we came up with that name, like I don't know. Part of me kind of, it's a good name, but part of me kind of wishes we would have waited until we like had figured more stuff out.
Mm,
'Cause it kind of doesn't really have any meaning. We've kind of had to make up meaning, since so. But yeah, it's meant to represent like the dead kids, obviously.
yeah.
Um, but the since our endoskeletons lean more realism, they don't even have any gears in them. So I guess gears is just metaphorical for the animatronics.
I mean, I think the title works really well. Whether there
Yeah,
is actual blood and gears in the game or not, the title, it's unique. You don't tend to see
yeah.
stuff like that.
The only problem with it that I've heard from YouTubers is that putting blood in the title sometimes kind of messes with the reach of the video, I guess. So
Well, then have them abbreviate
just
it.
put
If
yeah, just put
YouTubers,
bag.
yeah, if YouTube, because I've been there's no way I'm typing blood and gears out on all these questions. Any YouTubers take advice, just put B and the and symbol and then G. That's what I've been doing for all these questions.
Yeah. We pretty much just we call it bag, so it's kind of
Yeah.
become our little nickname for it. So
All right. I am so sorry because you spoke to me on Discord and I still don't know how to pronounce your username, so I'm probably gonna butcher it. It's either Josie or Jose. I am so sorry.
that's
They
Josie.
Josie. Okay, good. Thank God I got it right the first time. um, will Freddie and Bonnie bust it down together?
Yes. Next question.
Ollie asked, "Will we see or hear anything about Afton or Henry in the story?"
Mm,
You can decline
yes.
to.
You
Okay.
will you will hear about it. You won't really see much, but you'll hear about them.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Thea asked, "Was there any content that was cut?" I'm assuming you might want to wait till after the game launches for that, but if there's anything that you know has been cut that won't appear again, I guess feel free to say.
Um, I mean, there's been like we've gone through different iterations of like the layout, and we've removed some rooms, changed some rooms. Um, I'm struggling to think of anything that's been
Like outright cut.
cut besides that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but there'll probably be some more. I might have some more by the end of development. Hopefully not too much.
um. Okay. Well, I mean, you've pretty much answered this question in the interview already, but I might as well ask it because I'm gonna pry a bit. On mic already. You've kind of got used to it now.
Yeah,
Will there be
yeah.
more animatronics than the ones that have been showed?
Well, I will actually say a lot of the secret characters. Here's something for y'all to theorize and chew on. A lot of the secret characters aren't necessarily animatronics per se.
So is that confirmation of some human characters? This is what I'm hearing.
Mm, I don't know.
I
Have to wait and find out, I guess.
suppose. All right, well, I'm going to pry on that question for a bit while I've got the opportunity to. Um, can you give me a number of characters that have not been shown yet? Or no?
Okay. Um, like not been shown at all.
I mean, maybe teased a little bit, like the devs would know about the teasing, or just outright not shown
Mm.
at all.
Um, there's mainly two,
Okay.
maybe three, depending on how you look at it.
All right. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. All right. Um, this person is a really big Mango fan. I thought I might as well ask, even if Mango's not in the game. But they said, "When will Blood and Gear's Mangle model going to be revealed?" And then they put in brackets, "I just really like Mangle." Crafty was
You
your
know,
name. Sorry, I should have said that your name, Crafty.
yeah, Mango won't be in this one, but if we ever end up doing a sequel, getting that Mangle design down is going to be an interesting process.
Foxy took 4 months. Mangle's going to take 8.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, that sounds miserable. Speaking of which, that's the best segue I've ever done. By the way, the guy's name is Miserable, and he asked, "What was it like coming
Oh
up
wow.
with gameplay ideas?"
Some of it has been surprisingly difficult. There's been like two things in particular that like specifically like office mechanics that we just could not figure out for the longest time. And then it ended up being like the most simple solution. Um yeah, it's been fun trying to think of like ways to spice it up.
Interesting. So, is there any? How drastic are the changes between the regular office? I suppose. Actually, yeah, you've probably already kind of answered that. I'll pry later. I'm gonna throw some improv questions in at the end anyway. I've got some ideas.
Okay.
Um, Jimmy Jackson 23 asked, "Will all the renders be remade with the new models, or will there be an in-universe explanation for the old models?"
There will not be an in-universe explanation, but we're also not going to be remaking every single render we ever did with the new ones just because I don't know, we don't got time for that. But all the important ones, like the big teasers and posters and stuff in game, will definitely be remade. I think we've remade most of them at this point, so
Fair enough. Um,
yeah.
I suppose I should ask this one then. Um, the, the next question from Wonderman. Will Freddy French kiss Bonnie? And then I put in tags, "For fuck's sake, this one's optional."
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Is that the entire
That's the answer, yeah.
fair enough. Um you know what, I'll throw in some extra questions here that I've just found while looking through.
All right.
Reese Peace asked, "Who's cooler, Duncan Dolphin or Mel?" I think they were supposed to say Melvin, but they said Mervin.
That's actually funny. Someone from I think OVDR Studios called him Marvin one time. Um Obviously Melvin. Melvin solos every time.
Interesting. Um okay, you've kind of already answered this one. You've answered that one. You've definitely answered that one. Technically answered that. Someone named Zuko. Apologies if I butcher your question, but they said, "What references did you use when making the endoskeletons?" And they said it
Mm,
looks based off the Rock of Fire references. Or is there any like
mhm.
specific pictures that helped you make the endoskeleton models?
Um, I don't know. You'd have to ask Birdie Candles who made it, but we really took It's like we kind of took the Chuck E. Cheese Cyberamic mechs and then kind of put our own twist on them. And obviously, I'll try to send a picture of them. If you ever seen them, they're like super flimsy. Like it would not hurt people at all. They're not much of a threat, so we tried to bulk them up and kind of made them a little more original.
Okay, I have one here, which is someone begging. They said, "For the love of God, please create BAG 2, 3, and 4 because with how these animatronics looks in game, I have to see more of them."
Hey man, we love to.
Next project, Unmask
Yeah,
gets put to the side again to work on
yeah,
BAG 2.
yeah. I might get back to Unmask in like 2050.
After all of the FNAF games have been remade with your models.
Yeah.
You've answered this one. I guess I can. Where was your inspiration to this idea to base yourself on the setting? Someone was mentioning Chuck E. Cheese. I'm assuming
Oh
that's
yeah.
another question of ask someone else. Okay, Mick Knight asked, "How do you guys manage to get people to work on this kind of project?" Thanks.
Oh, I wish I knew. I feel bad because they're like all unpaid, but I guess it's just I don't know. They're very passionate.
I can tell. I mean, again, I genuinely think it's going to be one of the best fan games that have come out. I'm not even a big gaming side of the YouTube at the moment, but I know I'll be
Hmm.
doing a playthrough of that when it comes out. Absolutely, like that's
Hell yeah.
guaranteed. I might even do a commentary on it because I quite like. I've been cooking up a video in the background. That's just commentary kind of stuff, so I wouldn't mind, or maybe like a
Yeah.
documentary-esque thing, but I wouldn't mind doing one on Blood and Gears. Um, I, you know what? The entire game, it looks promising. Every photo, every teaser, even just the website design, like everything is perfect in my opinion.
Thank you, man.
I'm excited to see what happens with it. I'm excited to see the
Yeah.
collabs you mentioned. Um,
Yeah. Look out for one of them next month. Hopefully.
hopefully. I do kind of hope it. I know you can't tell me, but I do kind of hope it's Forsaken. I think your Blood and Gears characters would work really well in Forsaken AR, and I know you can't tell me, and it's a shame because I'm gonna keep hoping.
Mm. I will say it's not Forsaken next
Okay,
month.
interesting. Is it okay? I might as well pry. Is it a well-known like studio, FNAF studio? I suppose.
I'd say so.
Okay. Well, you make your predictions, I guess. You know what?
Yeah.
This is the time where I get people to speak in the comments. Make your guesses in the comments on what you think the
Yeah.
collab could be. um, I'll ask a question about the Fazbear archive. Um,
Ah.
what's the story behind it? What are you gonna? Is it gonna? How's it gonna fit into the story of the game? If you're allowed to tell me.
Mm. Well, that's actually something we've been actively trying to figure out. Um, I don't know how much I can say on that, but I get, you'll
I would,
find out.
if you can't say anything, you can't say anything. But I noticed that it does actually have its own website.
Yeah. There's a connection for sure.
I'm
It it
assuming
there
it may have
it's
something to
it's
do with the
canon to the
protagonist.
Bag universe. Hmm?
Does it have something to do with the protagonist by chance?
Actually, no, not really.
Interesting.
It has more to do with the secret character that I can't tell you about.
Ah, interesting. So, what I might as well ask is Helpy Pal going to be in the game much? And if he is, how's he going to play into the game?
Yeah. Um, have you played? Um, what was that one that came out recently? Um, Next Week at Freddy's, I think it's called. Have you seen that one?
Next week at Freddy's. The name rings a bell, but I've
Yeah.
not got it exact.
There's a little like cat character in that one. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's like a little Kinito pet little fella.
Interesting.
And he'll kind of be like that. Um, I guess I'll go ahead and say like he's gonna be he's trying his best, but he's gonna be a nuisance in the game. Gonna be a pain in the
So a
butt,
bit
probably.
like
Hopefully.
what's his name, Rambly from Indigo Park. Bad
Yeah,
comparison, I know, but the like
I
character
guess so.
wise, is
Yeah,
he going to be voiced or is he going to just be a little computer program like he is in Ruin?
just a computer program.
Okay,
He's trying to help you, but he's gonna be more of a pain than a help. So,
okay. Um, I see. I'm looking at the characters list on the Fazbear Archives website. Now, either
mhm.
you've just done references or I'm looking too deep. Will Sparky be a character in the game?
um, not like not a major character. I mean, he
Okay,
might be like an Easter egg, like in I was about to say like in FNAF 1 as if the hoax was real, but
okay.
he might be an Easter egg. Yeah.
All right,
We have a model for him. He's
you
just like
do.
an edited version of Freddy, I think.
Fair
We might
enough.
stick him in the backstage or something.
I'll lock him on the camera.
Yeah.
um, how deep are you gonna dive into the Fredbear like origin of the game? Because you
This
referenced
will
it.
disappoint people, but probably not much. Most of the Fredbear stuff, if you're gonna see any of it, it'll probably be in Archive,
Okay,
Fazbear Archive. We have a couple things planned, but there won't
interesting.
be much in game. Originally, now this is one I'll go ahead and say this was one of the cut things. We were originally gonna have Fredbear in game, kind of act as like the Golden Freddy, basically, but
Interesting.
that's kind of been scrapped. So I don't think you'll see him. Not in this game at least.
All right. Is that a tease for more to come, perhaps?
Either a tease or a I don't know what the future holds.
I mean, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
What is this isn't really a question. This is more just to kind of find out where your brain space is after Blood and Gears. If the game takes off, like
Mhm.
Dorko plays it or these big YouTubers play, what's the plan? If you've got a plan at all, what is the plan?
Mm. Uh, I mean, if it takes off, it's popular. Plan is to start on the next one.
Straight away, or are you gonna have a little break? I mean, you've been developing for 3 years at that point.
Mm, I mean, I think we might just like get right into the next one. Honestly,
That's
I
crazy.
mean, like we've been kind of planning things out for if we do a sequel, and a lot of the I've heard this several times. Like, oh, I wish we could just start on the next one already.
So on a scale of like 1 to 100%, how likely do you think a sequel will be? From yourself as a standpoint and the director, how do you think? How likely do you
Um,
think it'll come out to be? Even if it doesn't blow up as much as you want it to, it seems the team is passionate enough to want to continue it afterwards.
I'd say it's like at least 80%.
Well, there you go. I think that's at least I would say an announcement of Blood and Gears 2, but this would be a really boring way
Eh,
for it to get announced.
yeah.
Okay, but it is planned.
We've snuck a couple teases in already. I don't know if you've seen all the Fazbear Archive stuff, but
I've just
there's kind
scrolled
of a
through the
toy.
website quite a good bit. I've been analysing
Yeah,
it.
there's a toy Freddy head in one of these.
Oh, so what, we got a full toy Freddy model done already.
No, just a head.
I'm assuming is it hidden on the page, perhaps?
It's in this photo. I sent it in the
I'll throw it on the screen. Or
DMs.
just open the Microsoft Store. I'm gonna freak out. Does it all the time. Oh yeah, that is a toy Freddy head, isn't it? Also, that image is terrifying.
Right.
Jesus Christ. um, yeah, no, these
Oh,
models look great.
I'll shout out Ghostwrite. He's the one who put that image together.
Oh yeah,
He
no,
does
feel
really good
feel
stuff.
free. I was actually going to ask that. When the video's done, obviously, I'll do what I did with the OVDR's team. If you can give me everybody's socials, I'll link them in the description, like what their role was, who they are, and then what they did, their socials.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
But yeah, no, I mean, I suppose that's everything. I don't. I'm kind of out of questions. You've answered pretty much everything I could have wanted and more. Um,
All right.
it's been a pleasure to
Would you
have you
say
on.
this was a Thank you. Would you say this was a successful interview?
Successful interview, yeah, very much so. I've got
All right.
exactly what I got. I got more than enough details. It
Nice.
definitely one of the more interesting ones. I'd say yours might just top OVDRs a little bit. It depends. I guess it's personal preference, but
I'll make sure to tell him that.
okay, maybe. Hmm. Nah, you know what? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll say yours
Okay.
tops it just a little bit, maybe because I'm a bit biased. I've keeping up with this game, but he came in swinging, bro. He had images ready for like an update that
Oh
was
yeah.
coming out. He gave me gameplay footage of a game they were making. It's like bro came in crazy with it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, yours has definitely been. This is definitely one of the most interesting ones I've done. I got
I'm
more
glad.
info out of this than I would have expected.
Yeah.
Um, well, yeah, no, it's been a pleasure to have you on. Maybe if we ever do a season two, ever,
Oh.
you never know. If there is a plan, maybe one day,
Yeah.
but that'll be in a couple of years' time. So if we ever do a season two, it'd be great to have you back on, see how you
Absolutely.
feel. Hopefully, when Blood and Gears is out, maybe you're even working on the second one at that point.
Yeah.
You want to say anything? You want to plug your socials, I guess?
Yeah. Pretty much I'm mainly on Twitter at JD Bryant Dev. Also on Blue Sky. That's what it's called. I think same thing, JD Bryant Dev. And follow FNAF Bag. Um, play the demo. Play the new demo when it comes out. There you go. That's all I got to say.
Well, again, it'd be a great pleasure to have you on. I'd love to have you back sometime, maybe even as a co-host. You've been great.
Ooh,
Um,
thank you.
I suppose we'll end that here. I don't want to keep you too long. I know what you've got going on tonight, so I'll let you go. It's been
All
fun.
right.
I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.